We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India.
Hello students, today we will learn math functions and string functions in VB.NET. We will start with math functions. The first function is absolute functions. As you can see over here, the absolute function returns the absolute value of given number. The syntax for the function is math.abc into the number. Now you can get this number either from the text box control, or you can provide this number by using the input box, right? But you need to remember, whenever you get the numeric kind of data from text box or input box, you need to convert it into an appropriate decimal number format. For that, you can use cint or dot value. Okay, so this is what the absolute function returns the absolute value of a given number. Next one is the exponent number. Over here I forget to mention one more thing. If we specify absolute of minus 12, then it will return only 12, right? Next function is exponent function. The exponent function returns the exponential value of a given number. For example, exponent of 1 is equals to e. That returns me 2.71828182. This is the number. Similarly, you can provide this value from the getting from the user. Okay. The syntax for the same is math.exp into bracket, you need to specify the number. Okay. Now the next function is fix function. The fix function truncates the decimal part of a positive number and returns the largest integer smaller than the number. However, when the number is negative, it returns the smallest integer larger than the number. Fix doesn't belong to the math class. Therefore, we do not use math keyword over here. So the syntax for that is fix into bracket, you need to specify the number, whatever you would like to convert it into fix. For example, if I write fix 2.4, it returns only 2. If I write fix minus 2.4, then it will return minus 2. The next function is int. The int is a function that converts a number into an integer by truncating its decimal part, and the resulting integer is the largest integer that is smaller than a number. Int also doesn't belongs to the math class, so there is no need to use math keyword. The syntax for the same is int into bracket number, whatever we would like to convert it into integer. For example, if I write int 2.4, it will return me only 2. The 0.4 will be truncated out. If I write int 6.9, then it will return me 6. If I write int minus 5.7, then it will return me minus 6. If I write int minus 99.8, then it will return minus 100. Okay, so this is what the int function. Next one is the log function. The log function is the function that returns the natural logarithm of a given number. The syntax for the same is math.log into bracket number. You need to remember, if I am not specifying the base over here, then it will return me the logarithm on the natural base e. If I provide base here, then it will return me the logarithm of the specified number on the specified base. For example, if I write math.log 10, then it returns me the logarithm of 10 on the basis of e, where e is a natural log, and the value of log 10 basis of E equals to 2.30258. If I write math.log 10 comma 2, then it will return me the logarithm of 10 base 2 and the value for the same is 3.32192. Okay. The next function is the R&D function. So far as VB.NET is concerned, this R&D function is quite important because it can be used for generating CAPTCHA code. We use R&D function to write code that involves chance and probability. The R&D function returns a random value between 0 and 1. Random numbers in their original form are not very useful in programming until we convert them to integers. You might have seen in the CAPTCHA code, there are only a perfect numbers displayed in the CAPTCHA code. That those numbers belongs to a specific range. And of course, the CAPTCHA code contains the alphanumeric combination. So for developing such kind of utility, you can use R&D function in VB.NET. For example, if we need to obtain a random output of 6 integers ranging from 1 to 6, which makes the program behave like a virtual DAS, then we need to convert the random numbers to integers using the formula int that converts the given number into a perfect integer number. Then I need to specify RND as a parameter into 6, where RND generates the number from 0 to 1. It may be of a floating point number and that will be multiplied with the 6. So ultimately this will return me a floating point number and that needs to be converted into an integer value. Okay, plus 1. The syntax for the random number is RND into a number. This number specifies the range in whatever you would like to generate a random numbers. Okay. The next one is round function. The round function is the function that rounds up a number to certain number of decimal places. The syntax for the round function is math.round into bracket number comma decimal places up to whatever decimal places we would like to convert the given number into. Okay, it means to round a number to m decimal places. For example, if I write math.round 7.2567 comma 2, you can see over here after point this is 2567 and I have instructed my function to convert the given number up to 2 decimal places. So rest of this 67 should be eliminated, but that too will be eliminated with a proper logic. So after 25 we are having 67, which is obviously greater than 5 greater than or equal to 5. So if the number after 5 is greater than or equal to 5, then it will be converted to 6. So that is why it returns me 7.26 instead of 7.25. Okay. If I write 7.2539, then it will return me 7.25 only, because after 25 I have mentioned 39. So the 3 is obviously less than 5, so that number will not be rounded out. Okay. The next function is sqrt. The sqrt returns me the square root of the given number, and the syntax for the same is math.sqrt into bracket the number. Now we will start with the string functions. String function starts with the len function. The len function returns an integer value which is the length of a phrase or a sentence, including the empty spaces. If I have written 2 words in a single text box, then that white space will be considered as a character. Okay, the syntax for that is len, then you need to specify the string. Either you can write text box variable over here, or you can provide the hard coded string also. Okay, so that will return you the length of string given in the len function. Next function is write function. The write function extracts the right portion of a phrase. If I would like to extract the 3 characters from the right side of the given string, at that time I can use this function. The syntax is write given string and the number of characters to be extracted from the right hand side, where n is the starting position from the right of the phrase where the portion of the phrase is going to be extracted. For example, if I write Visual Basic 4, and as you can see, it will return me the last 4 digit because it is on the right hand side of the given string. So it returns me ASIC. Okay. Similarly, the next function is left function. The left function extracts the left portion of a phrase. As we have seen in the right function extracts the characters from the right hand side. The left function extracts the specified number of characters from the left hand side. Okay, the syntax for that is left the given string and number of characters to be extracted from the left side, where n is the starting position from the left of the phrase where the portion of the phrase is going to be extracted. For example, if I write left Visual Basic, 4, it returns me VISU, that is the first 4 characters of given string. Now, next function is trim functions. The first trim function is ltrim function. Generally, trim function removes the white spaces. Okay, so ltrim function removes the white spaces from the left hand side. The ltrim function trims the empty spaces of the left portion of the phrase. The syntax for the same is ltrim given string. For example, if I write ltrim, then 6 white spaces, and then after I have written Visual Basic. And if I execute this code in Visual Basic, it will return me only Visual Basic. The leading 6 white spaces have been removed. Similarly, for the rtrim function, it will remove the trailing white spaces. The rtrim function trims the empty spaces of the right portion of the given string. The syntax for the same is rtrim, then given string. For example, if I write rtrim Visual Basic, then few spaces are there at the end, then it will return me only Visual Basic. No additional white spaces will be returned. Okay, so generally ltrim functions are used to remove the leading white spaces. Rtrim function is used to remove the trailing white spaces. Now, trim function. Next function is a trim function. It's a combination of ltrim and rtrim. It removes the white spaces from both the sides. It removes from the leading side as well as trailing side. Okay, but it won't remove the white spaces from in the middle portion of the given string. Okay, the trim function trims the empty spaces from both the sides of the given string. The syntax for the same is trim, then phrase, or you can say the given string. For example, if I write trim few spaces Visual Basic, again few spaces, then it will remove the leading as well as trailing white spaces and returns me only Visual Basic. Next function is the mid function. Mid function is used to return a substring containing a specified number of characters from a string. Say suppose I would like to extract the specific part of a given string. At that time I can use this mid function. Okay, the syntax for the same is mid your given string, the starting index from where you would like to extract the characters, and from that particular character how many characters you would like to extract. Okay, so the trailing 2 arguments will be in form of integer. Okay, where phrase represents the string expression from which characters are returned. Start indicates long character position in string at which the part to be taken begins. The length represents the length of that number of characters to be extracted. It is obviously an optional part. You can write it like this: mid Visual Basic 2, 2, where 2 represents what? 2 represents 1 and 2. You can see over here V is having 1 index and I is having 2 index. Okay, as you know, Visual Basic supports the index value from 1. Okay, so that is why if I write Visual Basic 2 comma 3, then it will return me from the second character. From the second character it will extract 3 characters, right? The representation of this syntax is what? It will return me from 3 characters from the second characters. So it includes I, S and U. Okay. The next one is the replace function. The replace function is used to replace some text in string with some another text. The syntax for that is replace given string, the original string to be searched and the new string to be replaced. Okay, where phrase represents string expression from which characters are returned. Search st, that is the string to be searched in given string, and replace st represents the string to be replaced with. For example, if I write replace Visual Basic comma su comma at, it will, first of all, it will find the su. As you can see over here, su is written here. So this part will be replaced by at. So now it returns me VIATAL. Instead of su, the at has been replaced. So it becomes Vital Basic instead of Visual Basic. So this is what the use of replace function. The next function is ucase, means uppercase. It is used to convert the given string into uppercase. The ucase function converts all the characters of the given string into capital letters. The syntax for the same is ucase then given string. For example, if I write ucase Visual Basic, it returns me this string. The next function is lcase. Obviously, it is opposite of ucase. It converts all the characters of given string into lowercase character. The lcase function converts all the characters of a string to a small letters. The syntax for the same is lcase, then you need to specify the string to be converted into lowercase. For example, if I write lcase Visual Basic, it will return me Visual Basic in small letters. Okay, so that's it for math function as well as string functions. Thank you. Thanks for watching.